Welcome to Because Movies
Podcast
.com.
with Phil. No, wait, with Rob and Phil. How many times are we going to restart this?
Well, we don't need to.
All right.
Venom. What's the whole title?
Let There Be Carnage.
There we go.
I got to admit,
Venom, Let There Be Carnage. At all.
I don't like that movies don't put numbers after anymore, because now when you look back at the Marvel universe, like we lived through the Marvel, setup at the start.
Spider-Man.
But think of, you know what? Spider-Man's a good one.
It's
because I don't know which order
confusing.
you're supposed to watch them in, especially when they're fucking jumping timelines and
Well,
shit.
especially when the titles are so close to each other. No Way Home, Away From Home, Home Alone.
Right, Homecoming. Like, dude, just call them Spider-Man 1, 2, 3. It worked for Star Trek.
Spider-Man, I Can't Get Back Home.
Except for the new fucking Star Treks. It worked for
Someone
Star
in
Trek
My
1 to
Home.
6. And then they fucked it all up.
Mary Jane is doing Mary Jane in My Home.
I'd be okay with Mary Jane doing Mary Jane. Speaking of, when we get to the what ifs, dude, the last one, the Scarlet Witch with the... No, not Scarlet Witch. What's she called? Black Widow with her straight hair
Yeah, it
and
looks
Captain
way better.
Carter.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
My goodness.
But that'll
Speaking
be
of
later.
nuns of a sinful way, sinfulnuns.com.
3 minutes. There, we don't even get into any of this before. But they get the TikTok preview
We
out there, an
we wonder
Instagram preview, and they're not even getting anything to do with Venom.
We wonder why it used to take like an hour and a half to record these stupid things.
Oh, geez. Now that's just bunched up into the same amount of time.
You know
or
what? Played
more.
it like 3 times. The speech was like, we're like fucking a minute, and then we start
But
talking
then we're
about Venom.
turkeys. That's great.
That's all right. Hashtag
Venom.
turkeys.
Let There Be Carnage.
Let there be turkeys.
Overall, okay, just remember, you need to watch the movie before you watch us review the movie, because we spoil the shit out of it. That was your warning. Now, Venom,
There are chickens, not turkeys.
Let
but
There
are
Be
chickens.
Carnage. What
Is
did
this-
you think?
Is a stupid title. Title stupid.
Okay. Overall,
Not terrible. Not great, but not terrible. I give it a solid 6.5.
okay.
What about you?
I would have said 6.
Yeah, it's not.
That's the end of our podcast.
Follow us on becausemoviespodcast.com. That's what it is, right?
The reason why it's over
Rated.
5 is because I like Marvel movies. I like comic book movies. I want to be there so I could see what's going to happen, like how this character will progress as compared to the comic books.
Right.
If I didn't like comic books, if I didn't like Marvel, this would probably be a 2.
Yeah.
This is a really bad movie.
I didn't like. So again, it comes back to my Loki argument. Remember when you would read in the comic books that Venom was a bad guy, like a bad guy, right? This Venom is the complete comic relief of the movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the same as fucking Loki. You
Not what
can't
I wanna
take
see.
this bad guy and make him comic relief. It's boring.
Although I will say, Rotten Tomatoes, the audience score is in the high 80s.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
That's what people want to see. You have to remember there's a new audience of people going to see movies.
Okay, aside from that, this movie is shot horribly. It's all close up. It's that close up type style that I hate.
Yep.
'Cause
Especially when we watch it in fucking IMAX.
Oh
So we're
my
like Woody
God.
Harrelson, like fucking
you're
big as a house.
just up close all the time, and the fight scenes are all up close, and you're like,
Yep.
well, how do I follow this?
It was made by a guy who is a better actor than a director. I don't know why Andy Serkis ever decided to start directing movies. He is a fantastic actor to watch. He has revolutionized the way that people do motion capture. You don't need to go behind the camera.
Did you see who wrote it?
No, I didn't see who wrote it.
The main character. What's his name?
Oh, Tom Hardy. He had part of the writing credit. Yeah.
It's like, okay, that makes sense, because the writing was shit.
But Tom Hardy is a fantastic actor.
Oh, agreed.
It's just like, dude, you can't write too.
Yeah, like this was an example of a cash-in.
Yeah.
Like they did a quick script, They just like, okay, let's throw it out there. We'll get Carnage in because like people love that storyline idea.
People love Carnage.
But then they screwed it up because it's a shit movie.
Yeah, I watched it with my kids, and whenever you watch something with your kids and they're having fun, you always invariably have fun because your kids are enjoying themselves. But yeah, I just found myself like a lot of the times the boys were watching the action, I'm looking at the ceiling, looking at the ground. I was bored.
But was the movie kind of like grayish, blurry, like at all, or was it like really clear?
No, for me it was clear.
you?
IMAX is pretty clear. Yeah.
I was disappointed by my screening because I choose not to do IMAX because the chairs hurt.
Boo.
The chairs hurt. The rocker chair, they suck.
Yeah.
They're just awful.
Yeah, they're not
but when
great.
you go into the normal theater, oh, you feel good.
the
Oh
layback
my
chairs.
God, those chairs are nice. But then the screen was kind of like
Maybe it was out of focus.
great. I don't know, like slightly maybe. But then you had all the close-ups, and then you had the bad acting, and then you had the not by Tom Hardy.
Tom
but
Hardy,
just-
but you know what? Tom Hardy was fine. Woody
It's not
Harrelson's
the
fine.
acting; it's the storytelling.
Yeah.
It's the writing itself.
The
It's just bad.
the convenience again. I understand convenience. You know, convenience sometimes happens, and not sometimes. Convenience always. Sorry. Don't get any nudes. If you know what I'm saying, just because I can't, I'll see fucking stuff like this pop up and drive me nuts.
Karen sends you a nude while we're doing the podcast, and I'm like,
Can you imagine my wife sending me a nude? I'd be like, what for?
why now?
Right? Where am I going to sell this? But where can I leak this to?
Just turn into the thing. Guess
Yeah,
what? You were on the
hashtag.
podcast.
Remember, Phil videotapes them. But no, like Woody Harrelson was phoning it in. Tom Hardy phoning it in. The actor, I totally forgot his name. He's a British actor.
I think Tom Hardy was working hard.
I do not.
Indeed.
I think he was phoning it in.
I think he was working hard.
I fucking hate his Eddie Brock voice. I passionately hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it
overdone.
more than his fucking Bane voice. I can understand a word of what he's saying is Bane. I can barely understand a word of what Venom says.
Oh yeah,
But-
that was a difficult thing. My wife even complained about that. It's like I wish there was subtitles because like you couldn't understand half the time.
Yep. But like, yeah, he just. I hate his version of Eddie Brock. I don't like Eddie Brock at all, and it makes me not care about Venom. You know, like even in Spider-Man 3, where Topher Grace was Eddie Brock,
It wasn't.
it wasn't very good.
It wasn't
no.
good.
But
I love Topher Grace.
but
I love him.
I like the idea of Venom taking over Eddie Brock and turning Eddie Brock evil. I kind of like that. I thought it was cool. In this, the whole dichotomy between Eddie Brock and Venom is just stupid. It's like an odd couple.
Yeah, that's what they're going for.
And it was, it's
It's a romantic comedy.
and then when they drop in his girlfriend, that whole part makes
Which
no
was
sense.
awkward and
yeah.
stupid and very like distant.
I don't know. Now, one thing I don't know the comics, maybe you know.
I
I don't know how Carnage became Carnage. I don't know what Carnage is outside of being a red symbiote.
I don't remember. The only exposure I had to that was the Fox cartoon.
I remember that.
And they did the Maximum Carnage storyline, which is Venom and Carnage and all of that.
I think my only exposure
But it's
was
different.
the fucking action figures where they have one of Carnage. You know, like remember they would do those. They
yes,
still do them now.
I love.
Yeah.
Okay, I was really big into Marvel action figures.
Not me. I
Back in
hate
the day.
all action figures.
They finally
If you go on
come
my
back.
Instagram, you'll see that I have no action figures at
No,
all.
you hate. Ugh,
Junk.
just you. Do you want me to sell them for you? It's all Star Wars. Anyway, no, I used to be like really into it as a child and a teenager, but then they went away. Like
Yeah.
remember, there was like no Marvel figures. There was like the odd Batman, the odd Spider-Man. That's it.
Batman's not Marvel.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just examples.
Isn't it good that this is your source of talking about Marvel movies?
No, but then
You know who my favorite Marvel character is? Woody from Toy Story.
MC
It's closer because at least they're fucking owned by the same company.
with the creation of the MCU and how big that's gone, figures have come back like crazy. There's whole aisles of them like there used to be.
Anything you can sell to fat fanboys or little kids, they will put out in fucking droves.
I can't. Whenever we go to Toys R Us, I have to look,
Yeah, oh, same here.
and I'm just like, I wish I had a huge income, and I would just buy them and put them on my wall.
One thing they've realized that only fat bearded man babies are the ones that are buying Star
I
Wars
shave.
stuff. So you'll notice if you go to a store now, there is little to no Star Wars toys anymore.
Yeah.
And if there are, they're all they look
They're
very retro.
plushies,
Or they
yeah.
look very retro
They're
because
very
they're trying to
kiddie.
get like, remember when you were a kid and they had fucking Return of the Jedi? Blah, blah, blah.
They're doing that with Marvel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The
Are they
classic
really?
figures, yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
They're doing like what are they, Marvel Legends or something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah, that's right. I've seen those.
And
Oh yeah,
I
they're
just
like the old
I
X-Men
drool
suits
over
and
them.
shit. Yeah. I drool over Rogue. Rogue had a good costume.
Rogue and X-Men cartoon. Oh,
Yep.
that's the dream woman right there.
I like. I want to say her name is Jinx. She's a little Asian girl, with big hoop earrings.
Oh, you're thinking of Jubilee?
Jubilee, that's her name. She was
I
cute
wasn't
too.
into that. No, Rogue. Yeah.
Rogue was good, but if I had to choose which one's Breests I like the most, it would be Captain Carter
So-
in this new cartoon.
I looked up the storyline for Venom. The synopsis, right?
Why bother?
It's I don't know why do they go on Wikipedia and do this long drawn out shit when the story is pretty simple.
Fucking bare bones.
Yeah, it's like okay, go for it.
In a nutshell, there's a bad guy. This bad guy's a serial killer. He had a girlfriend. She was the only woman that ever understood him. She got taken away. He thought she died. She didn't.
The girlfriend, you could take that out
Yeah.
of the whole movie, and it wouldn't matter in this movie.
In the end, it would matter because
Not really.
if you were to take that
Just a
shrieky part
Quick
out,
plot point.
yeah, it's a good point.
I get the shriekiness, and that's the reason, and that's the reason why it's in the
Also-
comic book too.
If you remember the Care Bears cartoon, do you remember the Care Bears cartoon?
Shrieky.
There was Shrieky and what was her boyfriend's name?
Oh, hold on.
He won't get it. I
Oh,
fucking guarantee
I
it.
used to watch this.
I bet this
so
goddamn
much.
iPad you won't get it.
Oh, really? Shrieky and Beastly.
Beastly.
Ah, I get an iPad.
You got to do from Costco. It's coming
No,
over.
I'm gonna ask you every day. Where's my iPad? You're gonna get me like this old used $100 one. It's still too much.
iPad spelled a
On a
umlaut,
cardboard.
umlaut. But no, I kept on calling them Shrieky and Beastly whenever I
Oh,
saw
yeah.
her and fucking Woody Harrelson together, because it was so stupid. But so yeah, sorry, the plot.
This is our show. We go off on tangents.
That part's over, and then he wants Eddie Brock to write some shit about him. I could not figure out for the life of me what he wanted
that
Eddie Brock
serial
to.
killer mentality is like I
But
need
he
to.
wa-
I need.
He
the,
wants to talk about Eddie Brock, and then when Eddie, because they say that the reason that serial killers talk to like the media and shit is they secretly kind of want to confess, like they want you to know all the shit that they've done.
I call bullshit.
on
but-
that
but-
or on this.
A twist on that is they want the fame.
They want the fame, absolutely, but they're only going to get it if it's like, yeah, I fucking killed 15 people. I
Yeah,
won't tell you where
fish
they
for
are.
it, for sure. Yeah,
And then when he finds
drag
it
it
out,
out.
Woody Harrelson, what's his name? Zombie Spot, Freddy Krueger,
Carnage.
Carnage Kruger, Carnage Kruger
Cletus?
Cletus Kruger.
Cletus
He decides
Cassidy.
that now he's mad at Eddie Brock because he's going to death row when he was already in jail and going to death row.
Well, originally he wasn't mad, and he even said at the end, "I secretly just wanted to be friends with you before I died."
Okay. So then he bites his hand and he
just
says, I've
wanted a
tasted
friend."
blood, and that's not blood.
Yep,
And you're
he
like,
got a little bit of venom in him.
all right. And then what I like,
Which was a weird way to do it.
There's blood on the out of his mouth, and it like starts like walking around like hard. And she's like, oh.
Wasn't okay. Do you remember watching the first Venom?
Yes. Sort of.
Wasn't there like still a symbiote left?
Yeah, they called it Rage, I think, or Rampage or something.
I
like
know they created one at the end of this movie,
that. Right.
another one, but I feel like there was like one or two that were left over on Earth
That I do not remember.
from the last movie because I
There
just
might have
watched
been,
it.
but yeah, I don't remember the end of that one.
And then I thought that this is my brain because I didn't actually watch the end credit scene again, so I should have. But I thought like one of them creeped into the cell of Cletus at the end credit scene of Venom, the first one. But I guess it was just a reveal of Cletus himself.
Maybe.
And
I honestly don't
that
remember the
disappointed me
reveal of
because
Cletus himself.
I feel like biting Brock and getting a little piece of Venom and having that transform into a full on
Carnage. Yeah.
thing. I think that was an easy.
Yeah, it's very, but it had to.
This whole thing was
it had
easy,
to fucking
but-
speed it along.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then, so yeah, he bites Eddie Brock, and now he's part Venom. But what's going on with Venom and Eddie Brock, to me, was the least enjoyable part of the movie, where they're odd couples fighting. Like, you need to let me eat people.
Yeah.
And no, you can't eat people.
Stuff we saw in the last movie
Exactly.
anyway. It just
But also,
amplified.
Eddie or Venom's argument: let me just eat bad people. That's fine.
I would be fine with that.
And
I'm
that's
just
where
sitting
I'm
there,
watching
just
it,
do
and
it.
I'm like, I don't fucking get it. If there's people out there that rape and murder and kill, let fucking Venom eat them. What's the problem?
Yeah, it's that mentality in comic books and in real life, I guess, where people are like, "Could you kill someone?" Like,
Yes.
Do they deserve death? Is it your choice? Like,
Yes.
Should you just let the system figure it out?
No.
Obviously, no. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like if I had Venom in me, and I do
I
sometimes.
got some Venom in me, if you know what I'm saying.
If I did, I'd be like, yeah,
Usually
sure,
after Taco Bell.
sure. Let's go find some bad guys.
Yep.
Like, sure, if they're robbing someone at gunpoint, okay, there's a line somewhere.
Right.
But if they're like child pornography,
We have a
or
prison
murder,
right beside us, and there are some bad guys in there. And sorry to all these people that are like, oh, you can be rehabilitated. There's a lot of people you can't. They're just awful people.
Okay, for me, that would be off limits because you don't know who's actual guilty or not. But if you're Venom and you're fighting crime, then you've seen the bad guys do something bad.
But
you
Venom,
figured it out.
Venom, isn't he like super fucking smart?
Yeah, but then you'd have to be clairvoyant too. Like, did the guy actually
You're saying
do
that's
it?
not a power that Venom has?
No, he doesn't have that power.
I would let Venom go to the fucking. It's not the Kingston Pen. It's
It was that.
what's it called?
I forget.
We live right beside it.
The castle.
Yeah,
It's known as the castle around here, yeah.
But
Especially the kids.
oh fuck, that's gonna bother me now. I don't remember.
Doesn't
but
matter.
I'd let Venom go eat people in there.
I wouldn't.
I don't give a fuck.
Because I would feel bad if I found out later, oops, that guy wasn't actually
You're not
guilty.
gonna fucking know it's a Venom's problem.
No, because you're part Venom and you're part you.
Who fucking gives a shit?
You're still there.
Your problem is you have too much faith in humanity. I have zero faith in humanity.
See, then you would eat everyone. The next door neighbor.
That kid's fucking crying. Fucking eat that kid. That pregnant lady won't stop whining about her ankles. Kill her.
Yeah.
You'll get 2 for 1. Ah.
So yeah,
Yeah, so that happens. The whole odd couple thing was stupid. And not to mention, so I'm watching this with my son, and my son is 12. Okay. So he's learning about
So you're both around the same mental age.
about
now.
the same mental age. And afterwards, we're talking about what you like, what you didn't like. And I brought up, it says, what was kind of funny is he had 2 chickens named Sonny and Cher.
Yeah.
Right? But both the chickens were girls because one wasn't a rooster. So they're both girl chickens. So why were they named Sonny and Cher? So my son says to me with no sarcasm, he goes, well, Dad, there can be lesbian chickens. And I was like,
He learns well.
it's a good point. There can be lesbian chickens, I guess.
Yeah. It's something you didn't think of.
So that didn't make sense that they were
There
named Sonny and
is
Cher.
homosexuality within certain animal groups. So
I think there's homosexual, honestly, in
like
everything.
dolphins. Dolphins are crazy.
Cats, dogs.
Dolphins have orgies. They rape. They tried to rape people.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Would Venom kill a fucking dolphin?
Yeah.
Venom,
Yes,
that's a rapey
yeah.
dolphin.
Yeah. Could you imagine a venom dolphin?
Be all right.
That'd be cool.
No, because then it would eat people. For
Anyway,
trying to kill it.
so where are you?
For trying to fucking turn them into tuna.
What point are you at?
Odd couple argument. Venom takes off
Yeah, they split.
and then decides, no, they need to get back to this whole part.
So
There
dumb.
is little sense going on. And then Woody Harrelson, the Woody Harrelson breakout scene.
Can I just say that Venom kills a couple people
Yep.
just by he has to transfer to a new body,
And if he can't,
go somewhere and
He can gel. I can't remember how he calls it, but he can gel really well with he can live symbiotically or whatever it is. Yeah, achieve symbiosis, whatever, with Eddie Brock, but he can't do it with other people, and he kills those other people.
Specific, yeah.
Yep. So that was just stupid.
You have to really want to be a Venom.
But the point is too, when
It's a long episode,
when
but that's okay.
Freddie Craven is breaking out of jail,
Freddie Craven.
he does like a tornado.
Yeah.
And then never does that again.
No.
But there was a cool scene where Freddie Craven and Carnage break apart, and he goes,
Cletus Cassidy.
all right, Castle Craver.
Close enough.
Bastard. Cletus. What's the guy from Simpsons? Cletus. Call him Cletus.
I don't watch The Simpsons.
Borat.
I find The Simpsons really annoying. So.
Unbelievable. But he goes, do you have any last words, Sheriff? I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. He looks scary. And that was really the last, I think, Woody Harrelson tried in the entire movie. But then, I mean, in all honesty, then Carnage goes and kills a bunch of people and steals...
But not like purposely. Like, he's not like, I'm going to go kill people. Even though he kind of wants to. But he takes over their bodies.
No, when he's got all his fucking hands
one
and shit
guy,
thrown
right?
out, he like picks them up and throws them away and shit. And like stabs right into people's mouths and I guess eats their guts or
That
something.
was Carnage.
That's what I said. I'm sorry. That's right. You're talking about Venom.
Yeah, Venom.
I confuse him because I don't care.
He gets attached to a couple bodies as he's going by. He goes to this costume party in the streets. It's like Rio or something. And that was dumb. And that was in there for pride.
Yeah. True.
And I'm all for pride, but it was just so like obvious.
But it was also like, again, this is a guy that like eats people. He eats people, and he's wearing fucking rainbow things, and he's like partying with people.
And he's like goes on the mic and is like, I can be myself now. I can be proud of myself and stuff like that. And it's just
how heavy-handed, you know? No.
And then the next scene, the person that he was taking over, dead.
Yep. But forget about that. Like
That's
it's
what
just
we're supposed to do. Yeah.
It's stupid, and it reminds me of better storytelling. Anytime I watch a movie like this, it reminds me of better storytelling. And in comics can have fantastic storytelling. And I think one of the best comics I've ever read, because I haven't read a ton. I'm not a huge comic book fan, but I did like them a lot when I was a kid. There was one that stuck with me. There was a 6-part series across Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man, I think it was called Invincible Spider-Man, was with the black suit, where he was murdered by Craven. And what's awesome...
The real Craven.
Oh, what's this guy's name?
This guy is Cassidy.
Yeah, not Craven. What do you mean the real Craven?
There is a Craven Manhunter or something?
Yeah, that guy, Craven the Manhunter.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. The real Craven. Because you keep calling this guy Craven.
Oh, whatever. All right, sorry. Forget that guy. So yeah, the real Craven. And basically what happens is he shoots Spider-Man. They bury him. But he's only out for like a week or something. It's like a thing to knock him out for a week. But Craven dons a black Spider-Man suit and goes out and acts like a bad Spider-Man. So basically Spider-Man 3.
Oh, like frames him. Okay.
Yeah, but better than that. Like a real well done movie. And well done story. And what's great is Spider-Man comes back, Peter Parker comes back, and what's awesome about the scene is Craven says to him, he goes, you know, I wanted to ruin you, right? I wanted to kill you and then prove that no one is beyond becoming evil like you are. He goes, so I've turned you evil. So now you've got to come back from that. And Spider-Man's like, why the fuck would you do something like that? And he's like, why not? I can do whatever the fuck I want. And what's awesome is he goes to touch Spider-Man and he like touches, the frame is he's touching Spider-Man really like gently on the cheek, very suggestively, that you're like, oh shit, maybe Craven kind of secretly like loves Spider-Man, you know, in a way that he feels like he shouldn't. And Spider-Man pulls away from him. He's like, dude, like just fucking stay away from me. Never come near me again. I've got to go fix what you did, but I will stop you whenever you need to be stopped. And then Craven says, this is the one last thing he wanted to achieve was defeat Spider-Man. And then he goes and shoots himself in the head and kills himself.
Huh.
And I remember reading that comic because it was so suggestive. It had a bad guy that there was no bullshit about him. Like he really believed in what he was doing, and it was a very bad thing that he did. And at the end, he achieved what he wanted to do, and he did something terrible. He shot himself in the fucking head, killed himself. I love that story was it was a good story. Unlike this, where it's just so haphazard and confused and pointless and meandering.
I always compare the MCU storylines to the Sony storylines, and Sony is just so bad. It's like it's always cash-ins.
And you know what it is with Sony, and I think with DC,
Aside from Spider-Man, because they get Marvel to work on that.
right? But it's what's big right now. Just copy that, and it's also it's the ping pong ball mentality. Spider-Man. So we have plot point A. We have a factory. We want Spider-Man to fight at the factory. We have a electrical site. We want Spider-Man to fight there, and then we have Alcatraz. I don't care what happens, but get him from point A to point B to point C.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how they write the movies. There's no overlying plot. There's nothing. There's just go from here to here to here.
Yeah.
And
we discussed another movie recently that can't remember which one it was. That was the same.
Yep. It's this cookie cutter mentality that's just it sucks.
Nothing in between.
That's why I fucking love the Phase 4 with Thanos. I love the Thanos storyline. I think it is so fucking good.
I'm loving the variant storylines.
I do not like. I'm
in heaven right now, and
false.
So where are you at with the script?
Oh fuck! You know what?
I was after. Okay, so what's her name goes to the store, the convenience store, because Venom has gone to the convenience store and
taken over Miss Chin or
Miss Chen or something.
Yeah.
And so then that transfers to
his girlfriend,
Laura, his ex-girlfriend. And then that transfers to the dude or something, or she just becomes Lady Venom.
I think she's Lady Venom, and then they're like sharing Venom, like a venereal disease.
That was hot.
Where Venom shoots out of the guy's arm while he's holding. It was so stupid.
It was stupid, but that part when it transferred over, and that was kind of hot. That was kind of sexual.
What?
When they transferred over the Venom.
When? Who?
The girlfriend and
Miss Chen?
No.
Two girls kissing is hot. But
what's his name? Brock.
I don't give a fuck to watch him make out with his girlfriend.
No, I just think in that situation that would be pretty hot.
That basically means that he's a venereal disease. Venom is an STI.
He kind of is.
But then, there's
and then it goes into the big fight scene.
End, and it makes no sense.
It's stupid. That
Shrieky shrieks at people, and then Carnage is like, that hurts my ears.
Shut up, bitch.
It was so stupid. Because Carnage is mean. He hurts women or hurts people.
Yeah.
It was so fucking he's like, stupid.
Do this, but don't yell again or I'll kill you. There goes that character.
Yeah, like what's she around for?
Yeah, exactly.
It was dumb.
And she felt bad because she didn't want him to kill the girlfriend. That didn't come across well on screen, but that's what happened.
I didn't catch that at all.
And so she ended up being nothing.
I guess she got killed. I don't remember.
Yeah, killed by the bell.
The bell, that's right, the bell. I forgot.
The priest got eaten.
Did he?
His head. Okay, so when Carnage was holding, was it Brock or the girl? Well, one of them. He said, it's power up time. And then he goes and eats the priest's head off because it's brains.
Okay. I did like the one. So one thing that did make me laugh.
It's like energy drink.
Because it's PG-13. They get to say one fuck. Is at the end when they're listening to Freddie Carver talk. And he's babbling on about something, and Venom just goes, fuck this guy, and bites his head off. I thought that was funny. Fuck this guy. I thought that was quite funny. But then, movie ends. Venom always wanted to feel the fucking sand in his toes. Whatever. So they go to a sand place.
How do we make this next scene work? It doesn't matter.
But it's like, even when I'm watching it, so what happens in the mid-credit scene is he says, hey, do you want to see something cool? Because I've learned a lot of shit. And he's like, sure. And then something happens.
Okay, so he says, Brock questions Venom's smarts or something.
Yep.
His intelligence. And he goes, I've seen so much, and I've got the hive mind of memories, and that you wouldn't be able to process it, blah, blah, blah. But I will give you a small piece of it, the smallest little speck of sand piece of what I know, and you'll see what I mean. So he goes to do it, and then everything just freaks out.
I thought that's what it was.
But they're both confused by what happens. So it becomes daytime or something because it was nighttime.
No, I thought it was always daytime. He was just sitting there relaxing.
I thought it was nighttime, but whatever, it doesn't matter. The sun's now shining bright in a certain area
they're
that it
sitting
wasn't.
on the ground.
And and they're looking at the TV, and the TV shows
J. Jonah Jameson revealing
Daily-
Parker Spider-Man, Daily Bugle.
Daily Bugle on the east side. Because if you didn't catch it,
Yeah, he's.
Brock works for the Daily Bugle on the west side,
Oh, really? Okay, no, I didn't get that.
which explains why Venom's in San Francisco and not in New York and fighting with Spider-Man. You know, so then he sees Spider-Man on the TV,
And he
and
becomes.
I'm freaking out.
I thought this was stupid.
I'm losing my mind. I'm sitting there in the seat. I'm holding my wife's hand. And I'm like, holy shit, because this is my like. I was hoping for this is the exact end credit scene I was hoping for. Exactly.
But
I wish it was better done.
Venom goes, that guy. And he like licks the TV.
Screen.
And I'm like, okay, this is where I was like, is Venom excited by him or is he obsessed with him to want to kill him?
I think that J. Jonah Jameson saying some bad shit about Spider-Man, saying he's a bad guy. Obviously, he does that, right?
Yep.
So he's a bad guy. So he looks tasty.
Oh, maybe you're
So
right.
what's going to happen in the movie? We're going to have Venom come in. He's going to go after Spider-Man, thinking Spider-Man's a bad guy, and he's going to then team with him.
Okay. I just care
hate that
so
Venom.
little about this character.
I hate this
that
Venom, yes.
I don't care.
But-
it's like if you were to tell me that, oh my God, you know what? Fucking Captain Carter, or no, she's a bad example because I actually like the character.
No, this end credit scene was a 9 out of 10 for me. Like, huge. I saw the movie was like a 3 out of 10 for me. Aside from like, I love comic book movies, so it gets to the 6. But this scene just it makes me so much more excited for Spider-Man. I was already excited for
Do you
Spider-Man.
think he's going to be in
Yes.
No Way Home?
Yeah.
What's it called? No Way Home?
I think he'll be one of the Sinister Six
Oh, maybe. I forgot about the
that show
Sinister
up.
Six.
Yeah, all the Sinister Six will be there.
We have to have
And all the
one episode
Spider-Mans.
dedicated to just you trying to pronounce words.
Sinister Six.
So can you pronounce the...
I can pronounce words. I just say things with such excitement all the time that it comes out too fast. And then
Can you pronounce
it
Dennis
jumbles.
Boutsikaris' brewery?
No.
Say Dennis Boutsikaris' brewery.
I don't even know what you're saying. Dennis's Boots and Karis' Brewery.
It's not funny.
Okay, so yeah, we gave our scores.
Watch it.
I don't want another
You'll never
Venom.
watch it again
I don't want another Venom from Sony. You know they're going to do it.
because it's made money.
The plan, they have that end character that was made from the detective that no one cares about.
Right.
Who cares about that detective?
Who cared about fucking Eddie Krang?
So
Whatever the fuck his name is.
he's going to be a
Barry
new
Krang.
symbiote thing.
Who cares?
Exactly. Like if
The
Sony,
majority of this movie for me was who cares?
I want Sony to go to Marvel and be like, please write us a good script, because then it would be so good.
My youngest son this was the only movie he wanted to go and see in theater. He just wants to see Carnage, and now he wants me to do a 3D print of fucking Carnage. So
You know, Marvel is writing or has written. They've already done it. The Spider-Man movie.
yeah, well they've
Like
done a
they
bunch
do
of
it
Spider-Man
in
movies.
conjunction with Sony, right? Well, this coming one.
Marvel did, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Marvel. I wonder how they're going to portray. See, it happened again.
Dennis Boutsikaris' brewery.
Portray Venom in it. Are they just going to go with the stupid,
The shit
silly
version?
Venom?
Yep.
That's so unfortunate. I don't want silly Venom. But okay, to be fair, this isn't our Venom. This isn't MCU's Venom. Because technically,
yeah,
he's
I
a
guess.
variant.
He's fucking you and your fucking variants.
He's a variant.
Fuck
All
these
of
variants.
the Sinister Six that are coming out of wherever they're coming from are coming from variant timelines.
Can you say sipping silly string with the
I hate
Sinister
you. I
Six?
hate you so much. So yeah, it sucked.
Would you give it a silly string of Sinister
fucking hate you.
Six
I fucking hate you.
symbiotes
Anyway,
out of 10?
if you don't care about keeping up with the Marvel storyline or the Sony storyline of Spider-Man, Venom, or MCU, don't go watch it because it's shit.
You know
But
what?
It's gotten 8 out of 10.
I would say find the mid-credit scene on YouTube. Watch that. That's all you need to
All
fucking
you
know.
need. Yeah, this movie was shit.
Yep.
Bye.
Dennis Boutsikaris' brewery of sipping silly strings with the Sinister Six.
BecauseMoviesPodcast.com.
Try to say sipping silly string with the Sinister Six.
Stop ordering me around. That's only for when we're off camera.
He's going to stumble his way through it. That's where all the drool on the table is going to be from.
That's not true.